Here's a couple of questions for you, Ronnie. This is from me. I always thought the quirky thing about the hunts is when they referred to the hounds as couples. So people go, how many hounds out today, master? And you go, 20 and a half couples.
Are they married or something, or like going out together?
Well, it's because of the training collars. They actually had these training collars where a novice hound would be fitted with a collar, which was actually attached to an experienced hound with another collar. So it was like, two rings attached. And then that means that the experienced one would literally drag the novice one around until they learnt the ropes, as it were. So that's why it's called couples.
That would be in the training, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, cupping and all that. Yeah.
But they've got all this kind of weird terminology that some hunt saboteurs are like fascinated in terminology and know it all. Now, I was never interested in that. I just wanted to go out and stop them doing what they were doing.
One thing about terminology, Ronnie, can you explain what blooding is?
Well, blooding, that's a horrific thing. What they would do is, if was a young child out on the hunt, and they'd have kids from like the pony club come out on their ponies and follow the hunt, ride across, the fields following the hunt. And what would happen is with these young children, if it's like that, when the fox was killed, they would get, say, the fox's tail, cut off the fox's tail, and they'd smear the blood on the child's face. And that was called blooding, and it was meant to be like a ceremony,
like an initiation, isn't it?
Wonderful initiation.
I mean, it goes back to kind of public schools and.
Yes, it's just. It's disgusting, isn't it?
Like the Masons and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's all that. It's absolutely disgusting. These people are like, it's disgraceful. Going back to the kind of history of the hunt saboteurs and everything. The League Against Cruel Sport's been trying for all these decades to get hunting banned, and public opinion was always very much in favour of banning hunting, particularly hare coursing. Hare coursing was always the one that kind of
it's always the 90s, wasn't it? Yeah.
Highest percentage of people who wanted it banned, because of course this was like there were the tug wars with the greyhounds and the hares. It was horrific. But even with fox hunting, there'd be high, be in the 70%. It's just people wanting. For decades and decades and decades, this was always the case, but it never made any impact on Parliament at all. It didn't kind of result in fox hunting becoming illegal. But later on, there was a kind of ban on hunting, but we'll probably come to that. Talking about other blood sports, for instance, grouse shooting, that was something else I was involved in trying to sabotage. I think you were as well, weren't you, Roger?
Pretty regular every year. Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, I lived in London, and we'd hire a minibus or a big van, and take a load of people up from London to sabotage the grouse shoots, and this would normally be in Derbyshire.
Yeah, Peak District.
Go on the grouse moors. I remember a couple of incidents when I was sabbing the grouse shoot. There's one incident where we confronted the shooters, stood in front of the shooter, and he pointed his gun at me. And he says, "I bloody well shoot you." And I said to him, "Go on then." I said, "You'll get life imprisonment if you do, And his mate stopped him. His mate, the other ones were going, "Don't be a fool. Put your gun down. Don't be a fool." And
we used to stand on the butts. The butts are hides, and they would tap our ankles with their gun, with their rifle.
Yeah. But you see, the thing is, when I'm thinking of it, I was very foolhardy, because of course if he'd shot me, he would have got life, but I'd have got death,
which
is somewhat worse.
You'd have been unalived.